Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk about this game. Lakers beat the Atlanta Hawks on the road. Huge victory for our young team in this early season. Beating the Atlanta Hawks on the road, 123-116. An amazing win for Luke Walton and the young squad. Now you guys are gonna trip on this video and trip on the things that I'm saying here. And I hope you do laugh at my expense, because this is pretty funny. I tweet out before the game, the Lakers have no shot whatsoever. And a lot of people shout me out and say, Mike, if we win, shout me out in the video. Guess what? I'm gonna shout a lot of people out in a few minutes in this video. But I'm on my way home from work, hour before the game or whatnot. And I'm listening to the radio on how the Atlanta Hawks are beating teams by an average of 20 points. And they're 3-0. They play well at home. Millsap is averaging 20 and 10. That German Rondo guy, Schroeder, he's playing well. Dwight Howard's balling double-double. Kyle Korver lighting it up from three. They got Bazemore. They got guards, wings, bigs, and they're playing at home. And they're a top 4 team in the East. And we're on the end of a back-to-back. Absolutely no way I'm thinking we have a shot. But for some reason, I need to start believing in our young team. I like to psych myself out. I've been a Lakers fan for 35 plus years. Sometimes you gotta psych yourself out, because if to remain sane sometimes. It gets stressful, believing and losing every single game. I can't take it. So sometimes every blue moon, I'll psych myself out. Oh, we're gonna lose this one. I'm gonna have a good night. And then we end up balling out. An amazing win for Luke Walton. Now, in this game, it was funny because we were getting on Luke Walton for his rotations. I did like one thing. He did keep the starters in a little early in the first quarter. He kept D'Angelo and Randall in a little bit longer. Didn't bring in Calderon. And then brought in our second unit, but then kept our second unit in really long. Didn't bring our starters in back till late in the second quarter. But Clarkson balled out in the second quarter. And then, but we're playing really good basketball. Playing tough. I've been talking about the lack of toughness from this young team. I don't know what it is. Am I jinxing our team? I talk about us having lack of toughness. They come out and play tough the last couple games. We should have won in Indiana. And we played tough this game from the start. Defense, lock in, low on turnovers. We had 15 turnovers. Like Michael Thompson on the radio always talks about, if we limit our turnovers to like 15 or below, we've done pretty well. And that's still a lot of turnovers. But that's what he says, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Limit our turnover. And we didn't make that many turnovers. We had made some bonehead ones that we need to fix, but kept the game tight. They're up by 10, but we're still there. We have a shot. And we just ball out and end up taking, keeping it close. Our second unit playing well, keeping it close. Then we took the lead, and we went up by a few points, and I didn't believe it at that point. And then Lou Williams built us out in a few shots. D'Angelo balled out. I'll get to some stats in a second. Nick Young hit a big shot down the stretch. Julius Randle made one of the toughest defensive plays again. There was a switch off at the very end with like 1 minute left. He switched off. He was picking up Schroeder with the ball. Schroeder drove. Julius Randle, we talk about him all the time. No defense, stuck with him. Boom, made another amazing block. He did this not too long ago in another game. Made an amazing block and iced the game at that point. But it's amazing. I talk about guys. Julius Randle, 9 and 6 this game. Wasn't really getting on him, but I'm getting on Nick Young all game. Like, we need to get rid of Nick Young. I'm tired of his shot in the first quarter. That is, we're tweeting back and forth. He ended up with 17 points and hitting some key three-pointers down the stretch. I'm talking about Luol Deng all game. Like we've been talking about his contract the last couple games. He ends up 13 and 10. Zubac got the start, you know. Rookie got the start, put in 6 points and 3 rebounds. If you think about it, that's basically getting a hit in your first game, you know. D'Angelo Russell, great game by D'Angelo Russell on both ends. 23 points, 8 assists, 4 boards in 31 minutes. Shout out to D'Angelo. Larry Nance Jr., 14 points, 7 rebounds. Brandon Ingram, 3 points, 2 assists, now 2 rebounds. Now here's the thing about D'Angelo. He has the ball. Somebody tweeted me this. We got to get the ball out of Brandon Ingram's hand because he seems to be very passive with the ball in his hands. We need him to attack like he did in that Golden State Warriors game when he put up 22 points, when the Warriors were actually playing really good basketball in the last couple preseason games. Brandon Ingram was really aggressive and put up 22 points. We need that Brandon Ingram. We don't need this Brandon Ingram, okay? He's not a facilitator. We don't need him to be Marcelo. We need him to come off the ball, play off the ball, get the ball, score, and attack. Put the pressure on the opposing team's defense. Turk Black had quiet game. Larry Nance Jr. though stepped up. I gotta give a real good shout out. The last couple games, Larry Nance Jr. balling off the bench, really fighting, playing good defense, scrappy, 14 points, 7 rebounds. Shout out to him. And then I can't say enough about Clarkson, Mr. Consistency, 16 points. I mean, was feeling it the second quarter. I mean, played really well off the bench. And then last but not least, I'm getting on Lou Williams all game. I'm like, you guys are with me. We talk about Lou Williams, talk about we need to trade him, get rid of him. He ends up being the veteran that we need down the stretch and hitting some big 3-point shots for 18 points. I don't know what to say. I get on our guys and we get on our guys all the time. But I gotta say, I love the way we played this game. So, you know, shout out to everybody on our team. Great game, amazing win. It's still early, but this is so huge. I'm lost for words because if this is bigger than what I ever thought. Where we are right now in the season compared to last season, 2 wins and 2-3 with this tough initial road trip. One of the toughest schedules in the league right now, and we're 2-3. I'm gonna have to take a really good look over the next, like tomorrow, really good look at our team and really think that maybe we should believe, maybe we might, the way we're playing today and we played yesterday, we might just hit 30+ wins, who knows. But anyway, last but not least, like I said, I tweeted out, Lakers had no shot. A lot of guys hit me up on Twitter, says, Mike, if we end up winning, shout me out on Twitter. So I'm gonna shout you guys out. I'm gonna put a picture up right now and shout a lot of guys out. First off, let's see, Jack Bauer, he was the first guy, at Neil's Baby. He was the first guy to say, Mike, if we win, be sure to shout me out in your video. So shout out to him. You can see him up there in the left-hand corner. Then I'm gonna shout out Chris. He's the one saying, Mike, I didn't have any, you know, I don't have any faith. So, but he always chops it up with me on Twitter. So he's at Young Seeing on Twitter. And then Dam Lundo at October's Very Own. I'm gonna shout him out because we always chop it up. Good basketball mind. He always hits me up, and he had faith from the get-go. He was like, Mike, you are wrong. I got us winning this game because we got a good matchup. So shout out to him. And then you got George, then Fernando, and then Jose, Lewis, then we got Jose Armenta, and then we got Nito at Lakers Take. We always chop it up on Twitter. And then last but not least, at Aaron Story, he chops it up with me all the time. There's a lot of you guys that I did not shout out in this video, but you know who you are. We always chop it up on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Follow me at Mike Sports LA. We always like to clown. We have a lot of fun on Twitter. We go back and forth in between the games, and it's just a lot of fun. And I'm gonna shout a lot of you guys out probably next video, but you know, keep following me on Twitter, keep chopping it up with me. Lots of fun to commentate in and out in between the games. So anyway, that's all I got for this video, guys. Really excited about this one. An amazing game. I'm gonna sit back and soak it in after this video, and I'm sure it's gonna be a really nice plane ride home. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow me on Twitter at Mike Sports LA. We'll talk soon, guys. Peace.